What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle. I have an article I just wanted to share and go over with everyone. It really caught my attention. I am a climate change believer, not necessarily because of the science, because there's politics involved. I don't know who to trust, but just because I think there are smarter ways we could live. I know it's complicated when you look at, for example, the Impossible Burger.
Amazing. It's really good.
I had one the other day. I was impressed by it. A little dry, but it tasted pretty good. It might be more environmentally sound, but it's not healthier.
By now, you've likely seen the ads. Impossible Burgers promoting meatless alternatives. But are they good for you?
For health reasons, no, they're not. They don't have the health halo that people think they should have.
That's Dr. Christy Arts, a nutritionist for...
In other aspects, like when you look at electric cars, like Tesla, for example, they are much smarter, much better, no maintenance. They don't use gas. You charge them up at home. There's a lot more conveniences, and it's less costly to own one of these electric cars. They're just smarter. So let's just go with them. I just like to do things that are smarter. And why can't we evaluate the way we live and say, well, there might be a better way to do it? Like I said, I don't trust the science because of the politics behind it. And that's the same with the leaders. Some of the leaders that you have in climate change, Greta Thunberg, the teenage Swedish activist who inspired a social movement. There's problems with her. Bill Gates, one of the richest people in the world. There are problems with Bill Gates as well. So you look at Al Gore, there's problems with the leaders as well. So this is a complicated topic. Who do you trust? Who do you go to? I want to narrow this down to health now, because the climate change topic is so deep. There's so many levels. Let's look at health. All these leaders, all these scientists are doing their own part, but why would you ignore an article that I haven't seen anywhere? An article that could shock everyone in a bipartisan manner to get on board. Men's members are shrinking because of pollution. Did you see this article? That caught my attention. And that's something that they could be using as a little bit of leverage, I would say. I mean, you could make jokes of it.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I thought this was the baby's room. I'm really sorry.
I was in the pool! I was in the pool!
But you could take it seriously as well. Like, seriously. Like, what is happening? This is a serious article.
Well, I just got back from swimming in the pool, and the water was cold.
You mean shrinkage?
Yes! Significant shrinkage.
I quote from the Euronews.com article, Dr. Shanna Swan's book, Countdown, argues that our modern world is alternating humans' reproductive development and threatening the future of our species. The book outlines how population is leading to higher rates of erectile dysfunction, fertility decline, and growing numbers of babies born with small members. Though the headline fact about shrinkage may sound like a laughing matter.
Do women know about shrinkage?
What do you mean, like laundry?
No.
Like when a man goes swimming afterwards?
It shrinks?
Like a frightened turtle.
It's not. Don't laugh. The research paints a bleak portrait of humanity's longevity and abilities to survive. So it's something that we have to look at, something we have to take seriously, I think, right? Shouldn't we take this with the utmost respect and seriousness that it deserves? What we're looking at here is pollution in the way of chemicals that could be affecting humans, affecting our body. Dr. Swan's research said this disruption is caused by chemicals, for example, chemicals used in plastic manufacturing, which plastic is everywhere. These groups of chemicals are used to help increase the flexibility of a substance that can be found in toys, food, packaging, detergents, cosmetics, many more products. But Dr. Swan believes that these substances are radically harming human development. Babies are now entering the world already contaminated with chemicals because of the substances they absorb in the womb, she says. Much of Dr. Swan's recent work has focused on the effects of phthalates, initially looking at the phthalate syndrome in rats. And I read this article, and I remember a while back watching Tim Pool's show about a month ago, and they had a similar discussion around this topic.
3 of the 4 men tested below the average range, and the male with the highest testosterone level, Eugene, still had a relatively low T-score with 363 NG/DL. Why is it? Like, I don't.
Food,
Is
microplastics.
it no exercise, maybe microplastics? I was reading about how we have this bottled water, right? No offense to this bottled water company, but there's, what is it called, like biphenyls?
Microplastics that mimic estrogen.
Yeah, bisphenol.
Inside of them, especially if the bottle is, exposed to heat and cold and expansion. But it's also alcohol. It's also mint. It's also, breads. Yeah,
Mint?
many people don't even know this.
Really?
Mint lowers your testosterone. I've looked into this. Trust me, I got my testosterone tested a whole bunch of times.
Were you good?
Yes. I was very happy with my levels. I was like, all right, I did it.
So where do we go from here? Ideally, what I would like to look at is what's the right way to have this conversation if we were in utopia. So I'd like to start with, if we were in utopia, how would we solve this? And then that will help me understand, how do I try to help keep myself accountable through exercise, diet, recycling, whatever works for the environment that I can do within reason. And then also, how do I hold my representatives accountable if I do care about this? Andrew Yang, I am a big Andrew Yang supporter. I am a part of Yang Gang.
We got you! Yeah! We got you, son! He's going closer! Yeah!
Have been ever since he was running for president. He still has his presidential site up right now. And what he said when he was running resonated with me. Under human-centered capitalism. So he didn't go full-blown, I'm into socialism, even though he has aspects of socialism in his proposals. He is a capitalist. And he just said, I want to tweak it to be a human-centered capitalism. You could call it socialism, whatever the name is, who cares? But when you look at it, what's the substance? This part resonated with me when he said, change the way we measure the economy from GDP and the stock market to a more inclusive set of measurements that ensures humans are thriving, not barely making it by. New measurements like median income of standard living, health-adjusted life expectancy, mental health, childhood success rates, social and economic mobility, absence of substance abuse, and others will give us a much clearer and more powerful sense of how we are doing both individually and as a society. Drop the mic.
Obama out.
Nick Walt, ABC.
I think you could still get value out off the GDP to see, like, how big is our economy growing and what are we producing. That's still a useful measure, but in combination with these other things, why don't we hold our elected officials accountable to these things here? So when I say hold our elected official accountable, I'm not saying write a letter to your congressperson and let them know, hey, did you know that men's members are shrinking? What are you doing about it? But let's start with Mr. Congressperson. How are you measuring the health of your constituents? What does success look like when you look at health? Those type of questions. Asking your neighbor, your congressperson, that's how you can get involved. Voting is one thing, but voting is not holding somebody accountable. Voting is not letting our representatives know what you care about. If you ever saw that movie, Children of Men, this is exactly what we're talking about. This is kind of where we're heading.
I can't really remember when I last had any hope. And I certainly can't remember when anyone else did either. Because really, since women stopped being able to have babies, what's left to hope for?
The world was stunned today by the death of Diego Ricardo, the youngest person on the planet. The youngest person on Earth was 18 years, 4 months, 20 days, 16 hours, and 8 minutes old.
The ultimate mystery. Why are women infertile? Some say it's genetic experiments, pollution. Why do you think we can't make babies anymore?
Doesn't matter. It's all over in 50 years. It's too late.
Move along! Move along!
I just wonder why we're not talking about this openly. And I don't know if it's purposeful, but I do know for a fact from a Bloomberg article back in November of 2019, I quote, "Earth needs fewer people to beat the climate crisis, scientists say." More than 11,000 experts signed an emergency declaration warning that energy, food, and reproduction must change immediately. Interesting.
Things that make you say,
just something to take as a mental note. And thanks a lot for listening. Take care.
it's all good, just can't get off the road. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of this is hard to take. I'm watching them praise the okay and overlook the great. I'm not saying that they ain't straight. Nah, I'm just saying that, never mind, no matter what, they gon' turn this shit into hate. So fuck it, let it alone. Headphones, dead in the zone, like Rick and Michonne. I'm feeling better on my own. Took a sec for me to accept that next time I'm on the road, won't be no Crook, won't be no Royce, won't be no Joe. I'm just looking at the Hudson River right now, sitting on the rocks, feeling like my reflection's life reflection, is it not? Some people board the ferry, other people dock a yacht, but the waves keep crashing while the ducks just sit and watch. Sometimes I daydream about me sitting at the top. I see the clubs going crazy every time my record drop. I see plaques on the wall and glass cases for awards that I done got, performing for like $1 million a pop. But truth is, it's like 1 in a million a pop. And the only artists that really get the millions is pop. Being simple is a yes and being skilled is a not. Having substance is lame, using substance is hot. So here I am, still the hottest nigga in my barbershop to get a #1, but not that #1 spot. I'm in a weird place, my fans don't expect me on the charts. Guess when you gifted, sometimes you wrap yourself into a box. But still I jot. The way I put words together, a little complex or whatever, but still I jot. I'm just speaking from my heart. My bad if I come off smart. I'm just trying to jot down a couple lines and see if y'all like a couple of my rhymes as I jot. 4 chicken wings fried hard with pork fried rice. Egg roll, 2 duck sauces will suffice. Fill my stomach up until it's time to get nice. 5-cent cups, juice to chase it, a bag of ice. And whatever we decided, we gon' sip on that night. Let's go. Pocket full of work so fiends could come and get right. 2 green, 1 red dice. You call a point through the weed smoke. Hammer underneath coat. That AB will lead to see you later when that DE choke. Just leave broke. Keep minutes on your cell. A sneaker box to dig in for your bail, and a team full of hitters who wouldn't tell. Wanna get it off quicker, then don't be stingy on that scale. Stuff them sandwich bags, overpacked at 12-12s. Be on your 4-3 before they first flip cells. That's the pre-music Joel. A Joel, these check writing executives don't really know well. I should win a Nobel from carrying pieces to guard my prized possessions to peace guard. Yeah, that was Marshall in my session. Now that I think about it, bring another bottle to my section. Let's celebrate that my apartment ain't from section. Ain't no more hungry nights, mama. We don't wait no more. The first don't hold weight no more. I tell that waiter, wait no more. I gotta watch my figure, can't put on weight no more. Cause if I truly want this shot at the top, I gotta drop. That's what they said, I guess I'll jog before I jog. The way I put words together, a little complex or whatever, but still I jot. I'm just speaking from my heart. My bad if I come off smart. I'm just trying to jot down a couple lines and see if y'all like a couple of my rhymes as I jot. There you have it. That all.